Hi. Oh, God. I said Monday, but I lied. Today's Saturday, and I'm exhausted. I just got back into town yesterday. 5 hours on a bus from Philly to Scranton. I could have flown to fucking Los Angeles. But the trip to. Okay, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Hold on, wait. This has to happen, folks. You gotta see it. Babe, I'm filming something. Happy love. Stop messaging. Oh, that looks good. This boy has to juggle everything. Life, love. The trip to Philadelphia. Craziness. I got the messenger bike. I'm not going to say it was easy. I got a messenger bike that was available for me in Philadelphia, so I did not have to lug one from here to there, which saved me a whole lot of trouble. But it took some doing, some emails, some favors, things like that, people helping you out so you could get to where you want to be. It's never on your own. It's always through the help of other people. Remember that. So, went through all the trouble of making sure that there was a messenger bike for me in Philadelphia. Get to Philadelphia. $57 one way. They fleeced me. I've taken buses many times. Never had I encountered a $57 one-way ticket. Greyhound sucks. We're eating into my paycheck, folks. I always end up spending money to go out of town to work to make money. So I'm no stranger to this. It's just like, I show up at where I stay. I get a good look at the bike. The bike is beautiful. Everything is perfect. I get my call time information finally. It's at noon, which is great. It's like, oh, all right, I don't have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and jet wherever. So I was able to sleep in a little bit. So I woke up at 8 and then made my way to Set, which wasn't close. It wasn't in the inner city. It was in wherever. Again, bumblefuck. Lugging this bike everywhere. My responsibility, literally my cross to bear. I make it to Set. I make it to base camp where everyone goes and parks. I'm not arriving with a vehicle because I don't drive. I'm arriving with a bike. I come to base camp. I have breakfast. They have catering trucks and all that there because I'm a little bit early. And then I find somebody with a walkie-talkie. That's what, the first thing I do. Find somebody with a walkie-talkie who looks like they have some authority. I walk up to them and I said, hey, can you message whoever the AD on Set is and let them know that Casey Thomas is here and I have my bike and this and that, just so they knew. And she did that. And I said, okay, well, maybe I could just ride my bike to Set. And this woman tried to tell me where it was. Then I sort of pedaled halfway there, then had to pedal halfway back. It's like that old joke, you know. But I ended up going the full distance anyway, but going back to the base camp parking lot to the woman and saying, it's too much, it's too far, and I don't know. I was able to hop into a transpo van, which is just the transportation department lugs people back and forth everywhere in between different things. I put the bike in the transpo van. I'm on my way. I'm still before my call time, 10 to 12. My phone rings. It is someone I know. Someone I know from a different show. He's the AD on this show now, so he calls me. He's like, hey, Casey, this is so-and-so, just wondering where you're at. And I said, I'm in a transpo van with my bike on my way to you early. So, wondering why you're calling my personal phone when I ain't late yet, but I'll see you in a sec. We get there, take the bike out, reacquaint myself with everybody, some familiar faces, because everyone just plays and moves around, and it's all the same people, just same shit, different job. Huge mansions, gorgeous, 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 gorgeous homes. We're in a very ritzy neighborhood. We're right by an equestrian park where they don't race horses, no, they show horses, you know. It's a very ritzy part of the greater Philly area. Long story short, they don't need to use my bike, which I knew. I should have just followed my gut, but if I had showed up there without a bike, I would have been the asshole. You see how this works? So either way, I'm there. I got the bike. I ain't using the bike. I said, okay, well, is there somewhere I could put it safely? Because this was lent to me as a production bike from somebody. So I don't own this bike. I want to make sure it's secure. It's okay, put it here. We have police on both sides. We have security guards everywhere. We're in a gated home.
No one's gonna touch it, it's fine.
They come up and they show me this badass motorized bike I'm going to be using. which makes more sense. And they say, hey, before we start rehearsing, we would like to, get you acquainted with what you're going to be using. I was like, great, awesome, yeah, I've written something like this similarly, but not the same thing, so it would be best to, yes, give it a go around the mansion once or twice before I am driving it around really expensive talent, actors. But all of a sudden, the girl couldn't get the throttle to work, so it was no longer a motorized bike. It was a really heavy pedal bike, and she's like, oh, well, I didn't see this happening. Well, just get used to pedaling it, because that's probably what's going to happen. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I pedaled it around, got used to the size of the bike, the weight of the bike, whatever. I get off of it. It comes time for a quick safety meeting by the director. I see dead people. It couldn't have been any more of an M. Night Shyamalan day, too. It was misty and beautiful, and just a beautiful shooting day. And it was rainy, beautiful to shoot, shitty to be standing in all day. The show stars Rupert Grint as one of the people, so we were going to walk through a rehearsal of the first shot. And the safety meeting pretty much, it entails the weather and everyone helping each other out, because normally different unions can't help each other move things, but he made it a very nice set in the way that it's like, if you see somebody struggling with something, help them. It's no longer like, oh, I'm IATSE 704 and you're Screen Actors Guild and you're this and that and don't touch my shit, this is my job. It's like everyone has a job to do, and everyone is employed, so we're all here making money regardless. No one's job is at threat. The only thing that may be at threat is your life. So in this weather, let's all help each other out. Then he addresses me, because I'm going to be on a motorized bike. Watch out for this guy. He's going to be doing this, this, and this. Let's rehearse. Now, mind you, the bike still isn't motorized as far as I'm concerned, or at least I haven't driven it while it was motorized. So, of course, right before rehearsal starts, the main prop guy, the key prop guy from the prop department says, oh, you just need to hit this button. Boom, now it's motorized. And now I have to go and rehearse without having messed with this thing before. Rehearsal's up. Okay, here we go. All he says is throttle on the right. Stop, left and right brake. It's very simple. It wasn't rocket science. The biggest thing about this for me was the weight of the bike, because I needed to be zippy and mysterious. I needed to zip in, leave something at the gate of this mansion, and zip out right in between Rupert Grint and another one of the characters. I don't think I'm giving too much away. I did have to sign many NDAs. I don't think I'm friends on Facebook with any of these people anyway, but if you happen to catch this, don't come after me. I ain't got nothing for you, and I'm not giving away shit. But either way, that's what I had to do. So, here we go, up on rehearsal. First time with the motorized bike. I'm a little wobbly. Not on the takeoff. The takeoff is fine. I make it up to the gate, put the thing in, but now I need to turn the bike around, which is heavy. Pull the throttle and make this swiftly look like I know what I'm doing and zip out. Well, this boy's wiggling like Dumb and Dumber. When he catches the thing on the tire and the whole shit wiggles. This boy caught a wiggle. Almost took out the key box to the homeowner's gate. Then maintained control. And imagine, if you will, a guy who holds a boom mic. He holds the boom mic over Rupert and the other actor who are doing like a walk and talk. Stop. I went in between the boom mic guy and Ron Weasley. Almost hitting him. I almost hit him with the goddamn bike. I apologized to him. He's like, no, it's all right, mate. That's a really nice bike. It's really cool. He was trying to be very nice and polite about it. But I told him, I was like, I won't hit you. I said, I just hadn't gotten a chance to feel out the weight of the bike yet. He's like, nah, I know how it is. They don't, it's like, show up and then this is what you're doing. He's like, but I'll watch out for you. So that also was a nice thing, because it created a little bit of it broke the ice. I was like, oh, okay, now I know I can talk to Ron Weasley. Rupert Grint. Very nice cat. But he did make it clear that you could talk to me. It's like, don't feel like you can't talk to me just because I'm Ron Weasley. The day goes on, so on and so forth. We get that shot. We film it maybe 5 or 6 times. And by the 6th time, I was like, So they got the shot they needed. Everyone was safe. One more thing I do want to mention. I brought my personal bike. Left it there under the supervision of police and security guards. I come back after shooting that scene and it's missing. I asked somebody, where'd my bike go? Oh, the props department probably moved it so they can make room for, a camera cart or something like that. Okay, as long as I know that. 45 minutes later, here comes this crackhead looking guy. A grip, an electrician, somebody. I don't know. I asked who he was, but he comes skidding back through into this mansion we were all being, or all the holding was. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck are you? Get off my fucking bike. And he's now very scared because he doesn't know who he's angered. He doesn't know me. For all he knows, I could be a principal actor and he just got in big trouble. He's like, I'm so sorry. I just took this to base camp to get, I left something there. I was like, base camp? Oh, you mean that place real far away where you just probably sped. This bike was antique, not antique, but it was a cool older retro bike. I was livid. He ripped up all the grips that were on it, trying to make his way back uphill, pedaling. He ripped all the tape that was just put around it for me, for the use of this show. I was so pissed. Then, at the end of the production, they almost didn't want to pay me for the bike that I brought, which is a stipulation. You get paid for everything you bring, because I didn't use it on film. I said, no, I didn't use it, but your crackhead grip used it and ripped my handlebars, so if you don't give me that money for the bike, there's going to be problems. Then by the end of the night, fumed as I was still, the one PA's like, oh, and Casey, hey, if the bike doesn't fit in the back of the transpo van, you're going to have to ride it back to base camp. This is when I lost my shit. I turned around, I said, yo, blank, I'm about to explode. You mean in the dark without a helmet or a headlamp, across a highway, very far away, when you don't even want to pay me for bringing it? Go fuck yourself. You'll make the bike fit, blank, or there's going to be issues. I had to flex my union status. I'm no different than Rupert Grint. Every single luxury that boy gets, I get the same one. They seem to sometimes forget that, depending on the situation. It's like, how dare you treat me that way? He doesn't know how much I struggled to get that goddamn bike there, only for it to not be used by anybody except one of their fucking people who ruined it. Oh, don't even get me started. Then a 5-hour bus ride back home. It ain't all fucking rainbows and butterflies, friends. It was fun. I'm back in the New York groove. I love you.